Try it for the first time rather. Right, welcome back to my channel. Hopefully I moved to Windows 10. There might be some issues here. Some teething issues, but if so, then I'll probably figure them out. In case you're there, in case you're out there and watching, welcome back to the channel. My name is NutRaisin. And we are playing Portal with Omaha 10 on Run It Once.eu, Phil Gelfand's new poker site. And let's see if this works. Wait, what happened there? Oh, we split it. I was like, wait, what? Okay, good stuff. We did split it, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so maybe all of this worked and that would be good. Sorry, I'm still kind of, looking left and right, trying to see if anything has gone wrong. It might. First of all, we need different music. Dubstep. Let's try dance. We didn't have dance before. Wait. Probably the worst option to just call there. Well, actually, maybe not. I mean, down here, of course. I'm so curious to see if everything works. It might. Okay, bear with me while I try to figure out if everything is okay. And I will get my head into the game and into, talking about the game and all that in a jiffy. Can't do much there. Why am I? Oh, because I... Just why do I have less than 10? Because I set the option. Or haven't set the option. I should say, let's do that right now. Auto rebuy, please. Oh, right. I have to enable it too. That does make sense. Right. Well, we'll see. Let's see if it works. What does work is flopping setup here. Not going to be shy about. It's not a... Freshy, welcome back! I'm not that late, I mean... Usually there's a time I still play on. Please do let me know if, you know, the volume levels are messed up, if my mic is too loud, or too low for that matter. I spent the last few hours desperately trying to install Windows 10 and all that jazz. And now I'm eager to see if everything worked. A very unfortunate run out up here on table 2. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Nah, it's fine. So down here, we don't really have any... Well, we don't block anything. We do have the open end or sort of a wrap going on actually. Backdoor hearts. But I must say the move to Windows 10 already paid off. I have no more performance issues when streaming, which was kind of boggling my mind that I had. Let's see, this all seems to work. Table 3, table 4, check, check, check. Kind of a new record. Installing a new OS and being able to stream right afterwards. Woot! Hey, Queen of Diamonds, thanks for the host. Apparently the widget didn't trigger. I'll figure out why that is. And I hope your session went well, Queen of Diamonds. That's a pretty nice turn there. On table 2, of course. Having all the 9s, I think I'm gonna come over the top here. I do have the open-ended straight flush draw on top. Should you decide to come over the top, I can still call. That'll work too. Nope. So let me check out why that didn't work. There should be a widget. Ah, I see why. Yeah, sorry, Queen of Diamonds, that the box didn't work there. You know, if you're kind enough to host me, then there should be a visible recognition of that fact. And I think there will be now. Yeah. Right. Well, welcome, new viewer or additional viewer. I just moved to Windows 10, so there might be some, you know, might be a little bit distracted still between actually playing poker and checking out if the setup works. Right, that's why it's later for you. You got the daylight saving. It is 1:50 in the morning right now, so it's, you know, with the rhythm I have been keeping, like the sleep cycle I've been keeping for the last 4 weeks, it's not that horribly late. So then let me check the widgets now. Right. Okay, sorry for that, but I just needed to make sure that that works. And speaking about stuff working, that's quite nice. Let's see here. What bet size? I think half sounds okay. Yeah, definitely not checking there. Maybe betting a little A little less. Right, you just had to switch to daylight savings. My heart goes out to you, that always sucks. But I heard that you're not doing it for much longer, right? I heard something about that. And I know Europe won't. They stop in 21? Get raised here. We flop a gutter, a second nut flush draw, all the blockers in the world. That's large, rather large. That's an interesting one. We do have the 10. So the question is, what do we do when he bets? And more interestingly, what do we do when he checks? I don't think he would check the straight here, to be honest. So with the flush, not blocking diamonds, like 2/3 sounds about right. If I was blocking diamonds, I would bet half. Yeah, sounds good to me. And if he has queens, he has us. He has us. Period. Ooh, we need different music in a moment. Hang on, dance is not what this channel is all about. Let's go back to something familiar. Deep House was kind of cool. Wait, not that. There you go. And this is pretty awesome. So we get to put in a third of our stack here. Ah. Well, then it seems installing Windows 10 didn't produce any major problems. At least not after the fact. Installing it was quite a hassle. Or finding the right version, actually, but doesn't matter, it works. And let's play some PLO. The last 3 days where I can't follow myself. Now I really can't. I mean, I would be too paranoid if I knew I was after me. So, in position, I think this is fine. Here the question is, do we come over the top? Or do we just call? Because he is pretty, you know, crazy and all that. Top pair, huh? Okay, that's a bet size we can definitely call and still fold on nasty turns here. Unless Ronnie decides to put it in, then we are in a real pickle. Bob Catter! Hey! Welcome back, mate. He does put it in, but there's so much money in there now. I mean, it's pretty much a no-brainer. We're gonna have to call. Let's hope we aren't drawing very thin. No, the deuce, the deuce. You don't open-ender. What the fuck? Well, yet sort of a wrap, I guess. Hey, Hey, right on with starting. Oh, you on if PP poker, be very careful. I heard stories about that. But good on you that you have a poker site. Isn't there any of aren't there any of the US facing ones that you can use? I don't know. Hard to get volume, yeah, I bet. Yeah, sorry to hear that. But there might be, you can try the crypto ones like seals with clubs. I have no idea what volume is like on there these days. There's like a Bitcoin one that I used a couple of years ago, or 1-2 years ago. It wasn't horrible. It was alright. And maybe the US facing ones could be good for you. I have no idea. But as I'm saying this, I'm realizing you probably already looked into all of that. And this is pretty nice. We're gonna go for the check raise here. And very uncharacteristically for me, we're playing some heads up. That's because I just installed Windows 10. I don't have any other poker sites installed right now, so this is all we got. Did decide to bet here now to, hopefully he doesn't have a straight. So we do have the jack blocker here on table 2. Let's bet half. Do block clubs a little. And that'll work just fine. We have to play shorthanded all over the place. This kind of blows. As in, I'm not great at shorthand, as most of you already know. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Let me know if the volume levels are kind of mixed up or something is, not as it should be. Seeing that I just reinstalled everything, and I'm sure I've overlooked some things. Woot! Somewhere along the line today, we passed the milestone of having 7,000 unique views in this channel, which is crazy. And also 251 followers, which is even crazier. At least, to my mind. So calling here sounds good. That's up. We're not gonna get up to any shenanigans here, I believe. Gonna play this one straightforward. Although he is fairly passive, makes me wonder why he does play heads up. Then again, I'm fairly passive in heads up, so there is that. This is not a great card. But then again, not many could have been. He checks, okay. His kings? He's saying he has kings? Probably doesn't have queens. Okay. What to deuce? He does have that hand, okay. Gee, I'm gonna go for pot here. This is a nice turn of events, and this is also not horrible. With the 10, the gutter. I need to go back to the 4-table view for a moment. This is pretty nice. I'm gonna pot it here now. I mean, PP poker, whatever it's called. I heard it's crazy action. It's just you need to be really careful with your money. Like, what's the gist of what I took away from the internets? Are we good? We are good. Making a buy-in back or two. Just checking here, sounds okay. Betting here also. Can take the heat if you get raised for sure. Yeah, right. I thought you could play an ACR or something like that. Okay. You have a 10. Kings, three of them, huh? Okay. There was a mistake checking here, by the way, on table 3. We're gonna put it in. We have redraws to a better straight. Well, actually, no, we don't. We both have the same one. All the 4s in the world, I am... Ooh, we're 3-handed here. I also didn't see that. There's a pretty horrible river here. Seeing that I block all the straights. Or all the straight draws. Hey, I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm glad this Windows 10 move worked out. Everything is much speedier now. Surprised. Still need to de-zombify it a little bit. To de-Orwell it. But there's stuff that can be done there. Took it down with the turn bet on table... What is it? 3, by the way? It's a pretty nice flop on table 2. Just gonna call. So now we do make a straight. Unfortunately, we don't have any clubs here. Teal Tulips, welcome back to the channel, man. Nice to see you again. I didn't even know GG Poker had him. I know someone introduced him, like Ignition or someone. Don't know. What? There's other Twitch channels? Blasphemy! Blasphemy, I tell you. So this is absolutely new ground for me, playing short-handed on 2 tables, like deliberately. But I would like to get some hands in before I corner the knight. Folding in on table 4 with the gutter to the nuts, blockers, and of course the nut flush draw. That worked out pretty nicely. I'm out of position. I still think I'm gonna come over the top here in a heads up match. This has to be quite a strong hand, right? I'm gonna pawn it here on table 4 in a moment. That was a mistake, probably. Shouldn't have folded that. The 8 blocker. King is helpful. Not only giving us top pair, also giving us a gutter to the nuts. Oof, it's kind of an overkill board here. Depending on his bet size. Let's see. Not blocking straights, not much anyway. Block diamonds, we don't have any backdoors. Let's go for it here, like right away. Right, so the last couple of days have been pretty horrible results-wise. We've done like 20 binds or something in the last 3 days, if not more. And except for like the first half of today's stream, for a change I can't take much of the blame, like I usually do, because I know plenty of stuff that goes wrong is is by definition my mistake. So it wasn't really the case for most of the hands that we lost. But that is just fair, and I kind of welcome having the downswing now on PLO 10 before PLO 20 gets introduced and get it out of my system and run on Once's system. Rather have that here than on PLO 20. That's pretty nice boards all around. So we get raised here, which is interesting. He hasn't really raised much. Really seeing what he could raise. A pretty decent card. Took it down with the raise on table 4, by the way. This is shaping up to be an interesting hand up here. So there's a 10 jack in there, but I don't think there's many combinations where he has a 10 jack. He either has a set, or I would more likely guess straight draw? A wrap sort of thing going on? Yeah. Whatever he had was strong enough to take the heat. Here we have 2 pair on table 4, not blocking stuff. That's middle and bottom, so we'll let it go. Oops. I'm not raising that. Almost misclicked there. He bets. We do have some blockers. We have the top pair. Let's take one off. It's not a horrible turn, all in all. I'm really surprised if he checks if he bets, seeing that he has been fairly passive. Probably have to let this one go. I'm guessing at this time the player pool kind of dwindles. It was doing very alright all day long, starting whenever it was that I checked first. Probably around 11 something. At least 4 or 5 tables going, and more and more over during the day. We are gonna call here and see what he does on the turn. I'm just noticing kind of slightly, my plan is slightly hindered by the fact that we are out of position there. Just let it go. Table 3 is interesting. Yeah, decided to come over the top, and now it gets a little bit hairy. With all the backdoors, the open-ender, and the blocker, I do want to call here once. Get aces. Table 2. We end up making our flush. I'm willing to bet it actually. Not folding if he comes over the top. Would be weird though. Nice. So I wonder what he had. He didn't have the straight, I would assume. He had something strange. He had 7, 4, 3, 3. Diamonds and clubs. So in the end he made a straight as flush as well. We're liking Miguel. Was a 3-bet pot, right? And he was in position, so went check 2. This is kind of an interesting one. I think I'm gonna go for pot here. Top and bottom, a gutter. Not blocking diamonds. I think going for pot sounds alright. Unless he has ace 8, we're in really good shape against ace king, queen, jacks, something like that. If he has aces, of course, we won't. Now we're gonna check behind if we get the chance. I'd be surprised if we win it actually. Wow. 5-6 there. Interesting. So against an unknown we're gonna let this go out of position. In case you're new to the channel, keep in mind I have little idea about heads-up play, and or short-handed for that matter. So be kind in your comments if you can. Not my forte. Actually, we don't need to bet that large. We have a whole lot of backup there on table 4. Here I think it's alright having the 9, having the 4, sort of blockers. Does call, curious to see what he has. By form, okay. That 3 is I don't think he definitely doesn't have aces, he doesn't have, very likely doesn't have kings, seeing that we have one. I'm still gonna bet here, in my head for value. Let's see how it works in reality. Nice. If we get raised in this one, I'm gonna come over the top with. Table 2 is shaping up to be quite an interesting hand. Not folding against if he comes over the top once more. Not gonna be terribly excited, but it's not a bad hand by any means. The Queen, Queen, Jack 10. I do have a lot of cards that go with a 9, as in the Jack, the 10. It's a bit small here. Whew, load of my mind. Honestly, I don't know, like, we're short-handed. Not sure if I should come over the top here. I think it's a little bit too weak for that to ISO. Also interesting, seeing that we have all the blockers in the world. I'm gonna lead it too. The board doesn't pair. We pick up a flush draw. I'm gonna keep up the story here. Until the end. Unless he raises, of course, you know, then we're out. Or the board pairs. Then we have to give up. That's also fair. And we're not gonna try to represent quad fours here. Ace King Queen is, well, you never know. Very easily had aces there. Just be careful after I let... I mean, it was a single raise pot, it wasn't like he put in a whole bunch of money before the flop, so maybe I was being too careful. Nah, I wasn't blocking any of the top sets, I think that was alright. Certainly we could have gotten him to fold, but it's results oriented. We make trips in the end. I'm not gonna bet see much calling me that we beat. Or, yeah. Gonna go for the pot here against Miguel. You do have the backdoor flush draw. You have the 6, which is kind of helpful. Let's roll the dice, huh? Come on. Oh, Miguel. One for the blue shirt, I guess. Get a second shot at aces. It's a decidedly better flop for aces here on table 3. Right, need to adjust something else in the client. Picking up the nut flush draw here as well. We do have the 5, so we have got ourselves. We're blocking the straight. By having that 5. Comes over the top. We shall see what we have to do, what we want to do. And that crashed the client. Hang on. Well, oh. Gonna rearrange the windows in a moment. Sorry, I'm gonna give you this view at least. It's give you a second. I'll have it fixed in a second. A bunch of free hands there on the heads-up table because I couldn't really concentrate on it. Okay, I think we're back. Oh no, we mixed table 2 and table 3. Doesn't really matter. Table 3, table 4, I meant are on switch positions. Not a big deal. Maybe I get against the aggressive dude here. That isn't the way to go. Do I have a gutter to the nuts, blocker to the nuts? Actually, I'm gonna go with pot here, blocking the nuts. Checking now, I think, is a good start. For the turn on table 2. The 3, I could take or leave. I'd rather leave it. The take down on table 4. Sure what I'll do here if he bets. I mean, we only have the naked top pair with very mediocre kickers. Then again, he's seen us give up a lot. I'm gonna call this one. One for the good guys. That's pretty cool. He's pissed. Yep, all works fine. Gonna check down here with a nut flush draw. Turning a pair, which is very probably inconsequential right now. Flopping nice here. So we do have a blocker. I'm still gonna raise it up a little. And then checking, giving up down here, not blocking straights much. Really? I think bet folding is an option. Check calling is an option. That's gonna get hairy. I have a feeling he's gonna bet whether he has it or he doesn't. Well, maybe not. He checks and that's good news. As he has to deuce 3, we are good, which he does end up having. And good for, what's his nose? Harry. So am I ever sitting back in on table 3? Doesn't look like it. Try this again then. Flop 2 pair, the heads up table with a very bad hand in our hand. And we do take it down, that's pretty sweet. We flop top pair, back to flush draw, back to nut flush draw. And a blocker. What happened here? What to do's? So maybe there's some problems after all, and after the upgrade to Windows 10. Interesting. Let's try this again. Sitting out on all tables, this is not great. Because now we lost the heads-up table, I think. Also some balances from the table seem to be in limbo. I would expect more money to be in my account. Oh well. That was easily fixed. Usually fixes itself. And if not, I'll shoot an email to support. But generally speaking, this hasn't... Not generally speaking, this just hasn't been necessary yet. But it might be that the problems are not on my end. Hey, Winchester 77, thanks a lot for the follow. Definitely making me smile, thanks. Also good to see that the widget animation thingy worked now. To know what's going on. You know what, I'll close it once more and I'll try to launch it to run it as an administrator. Yeah, and it seems to have crashed again. What the deuce? A bit weird. Let's see, run as administrator. See if that helps. Yeah, so I upgraded because with the streaming software my PC became sluggish, which it really shouldn't. It's powerful enough. But run once isn't officially supported on Win 7, so I figured, you know, maybe